Good morning, students. Today we shall study our second chapter of Social Studies of class 9th, Socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution. Socialism was started in Russia and it became a mass movement. It spread to different parts of the world. What was the condition of Europe during this period or before or during the Industrial Revolution? What were the conditions that led to the Russian Revolution? And what were the impact of Russian Revolution to the whole world? This is our topic because Russian Revolution was a landmark revolution right after French Revolution that brought about massive political changes in Europe. Similarly, Russian Revolution changed the whole social settings of the whole world. Russian Revolution started a new concept that is known as communism and socialism all across the globe. So, Russian Revolution was one of the most important landmark in the history of the world. Today we shall study what were the causes and consequences of Russian Revolution. So, our first question is, why were liberals not considered as democrats? The whole society was divided into liberals, radicals and conservatives. Liberals were those people who believed that liberty should be given to the people in political, economic and social spheres. But they were not considered as democrats because they did not believe in universal adult franchise. They did not want that voting power of vote should be given to each and everybody. They only believed that the people who owns property should be given right to vote, and liberals were against the voting rights to the women. That is why they were not considered as democrats. Second question is, who opposed the ideas of both liberals and radicals? As we have discussed, society was divided into three classes: liberals, conservatives and radicals. The ideas liberals and radicals were opposed both by conservatives. Conservatives were the slow changers. They wanted to maintain the status quo. They did not want to change the society overnight. Rather, they were the slow changes. They believed that changes are inevitable, but the process of changes should be slow and gradual. Conservative opposed both liberals and radicals at that time. Our third question is, who was sought to build cooperative community called New Harmony? New Harmony was a community that was organized or built by Robert Owen. Robert Owen was one of the most prominent socialists who built this community called New Harmony. Our next question is, name the ruler of Russia at the start of the First World War. The First World War that was started in 1914. And at that time, Russian monarch was Tsar Nicholas II. Tsar Nicholas II ascended the throne of Russia during the First World War. Our next question is, in 1905, which elected representative body was formed in Russia? In 1905, the elected representative body that was formed by Tsar Nicholas II, known as Duma. Duma is still the parliament of Russia and chief legislative assemblies of Russia. Next question is, explain the major demands of Lenin's April thesis. April thesis were some of the demands that were put forth by Vladimir Lenin. Lenin was one of the most important leader of the Bolsheviks in Russia, and he raised certain demands, and the demands of Vladimir Lenin are known as April thesis. These demands are, there were some provisions in these demands. These demands are nationalizations of bank, and second point was Vladimir Lenin wanted that world war should immediately come to an end, and Russia should not participate in the First World War. And third demand of April thesis was that equal status should be given to the non-Russian people, and fourth demand was that the land should be given to the peasants. Land should be equally distributed to the peasants. These are known as April thesis. Our next question is, name the two Indians who talked of significance of French Revolution. French Revolution had a wider impact on India as well, and some of the Indians were very much influenced by the ideals of the French Revolution. The prominent among them were Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan was that the ruler of Mysore at that time, was very much influenced by this. Apart from this, the social reformist Rajaram Mohan Rai was also very much influenced by the ideals put forth in the French Revolution. Our next question is, mention one significant view of the radicals. Radicals wanted to change the whole system overnight. They wanted to bring about massive changes in the political system. And one of the significant views of radicals that they were Democrats, because they wanted to give voting rights to all the peoples, including the women. So this was the most significant view of the radicals. Third question is, list the major changes during industrialization. Industrialization in Europe brought about massive changes in the European societies. One thing that industrialization gives rise to the rise of middle classes. Middle class, that was a new class that came to fore after the Industrial Revolution only. And apart from this, in Europe, there was great urbanization due to Industrial Revolution. The society that was divided into feudal lords and peasants were now changed. A new class came in between, and that was known as middle class. It was educated class. It wanted to change the political system of the whole Europe. It believed, the middle class believed in equality of the people and equal rights of the people. And that is why these were some of the changes. Urbanization was increased in Europe, and new ideas started in Europe. So these were some of the changes that were brought about by industrialization. Our next question is, who were people that wanted to put an immediate end to the existing government in Europe? The existing system, that was monarchy, aristocracy, oligarchy. These systems wanted to be immediate, comes to an end by radicals. Radicals wanted immediate end to the existing governments, which were based on divine rights of the kings and a society based on privileges. So radicals wanted to put an immediate end to the existing governments in Europe at that time. Our next question is, who was responsible for equal rights in Italy? In Italy, Giuseppe Mazzini was one of the prominent revolutionary in Italy who wanted to give equal rights to the people in Italy. Yes, our next question is, why were socialists against private property? Socialists believed that the private property is the evil or bone of contention, evil of all things, because it was the private property that created great rift in the society. So socialists want that there should not be any private property. All the factors of production, distribution and exchange should be owned and controlled by public or the government. These were the beliefs of the socialist, and these are the still beliefs of the socialist. Next question is, what were the two different visions of socialists for the future? Socialists wanted that there will be a dictatorship of proletariats, in which they want that the worker will take the control of the government, and there will be ruling of the laborers, the workers all over the world. And second belief was that wither away of the government. They believed that there will be no need of the government, only the dictatorship of proletariat will prevail all over the world. Our next question is, what did Karl Marx want workers to overthrow and why? Karl Marx was the chief propounder of socialist or the communist ideas all over the world, and in his book Das Kapital he describes about the communism. He wants that the worker should overthrow the government. The government or the capitalist system should be overthrown by the workers, and because he believed that it is the private property, it is the government that creates differentiations among the different sections of the society. Our next question is, which international body was formed in Europe in the 19th century to coordinate the efforts of socialists all over the Europe? Second International was formed in Europe in 19th century to coordinate the efforts of socialists all over the Europe. That is known as Second International. Our next question is, name the socialist parties formed in Britain and France in 1905. In Britain, Socialist Party of Great Britain, SPGB, that was formed in Britain in 1905, and in France, that's the Workers' International was formed in France during this period of time. Yes, our next question is, name the prominent industrial area in Russian Empire. In Russian Empire, some of the prominent areas were St. Petersburg and Moscow. These were most important areas of industrial conglomeration where most of the industrial setups were there. Our next question is, what was commune or mir? Commune in Russia was called mir because it was the community of self-governing peasants. It was a kind of local self-governments in which the farmers used to perform local self-government functions, and this commune was called mir in Russia. Our next question is, who were Jadidis? Jadidists were the non-Russian people, particularly on the outskirts of Russia towards the Central Asian region. These were the different communities who were not Russian in nature, but they were the part of the Russia at that time, and some of them were Kazakh, Uzbek, Tajik, Georgian, Armenian people. These were all the Muslims and were called Jadidis. Our next question is, what was Bloody Sunday? Bloody Sunday was an event that took place in 1905 on Sunday under the leadership of Father Gapon. A delegation of people marched towards the Winter Palace of Tsar Nicholas II. The police, the army cracked down on the peaceful demonstrations of the people and killing hundreds of them. This incident took place on Sunday. That was why it was known as Bloody Sunday event, and it was very landmark because the revolution in Russia started right after this Bloody Sunday event. Our next question is, why did Tsar dismiss first Duma within 75 days of its election? Tsar Nicholas dismissed Duma because he does not want that his authority to be reduced. He does not want that anybody could question him. And when the Duma started raising in power and starting questions on the authority of the Tsar Nicholas II, within 75 days of its formation, Duma was dismissed by Tsar Nicholas II. Yes, our next question is, what made autocracy unpopular in Russia? It was quite evident that autocracy was very unpopular. Autocracy, that was the rule of Tsar Nicholas II, because people of Russia started believing that all their miseries, difficulties and adversities are due to the autocracy. So it became very unpopular. People wanted to overthrow the autocratic rule of Tsar Nicholas II and they wanted to establish a democracy in Russia. Our next question is, why did lockout took place at factory on right bank of river Neva on 22nd Feb 1917? One of the women employee was sacked by one of the industrial unit there. Since there was a unity among the workers, so they started lockout of the industrial units, and this was the starting point of the February Revolution in Russia. 22nd Feb 1917 was the time when the women employee was sacked by industrial unit and lockout was started in several industrial units in Russia. This day is known as the International Women's Day, 22nd February. It was to commemorate only this event of locking down of industrial units. Our next question is, which events took place after Tsar abdicated on 2nd March? When Tsar Nicholas abdicated from the throne of Russia, a dynasty that ruled Russia, a dynasty that is known as Romanov dynasty, that ruled Russia for 3 centuries, 300 years, came to an end. An interim government was installed under the leadership of Kerensky right after this event. Our next question is, who were influential in provisional government? This provisional government under the leadership of Kerensky was had the upper hand. Industrialists, businessmen, big landlords, oligarch. These people had great share in the government of Kerensky, that was the provisional government that was established after the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II. So our next question is, what do you mean by nationalization of banks and industries? It means that the government should take control of all the banks and industries. All the banks and industries that were in the private hands at that time were now under the control of the government. This process is known as nationalization. Yes, our next question is, what was difference between Bolshevik and Menshevik groups? The whole Russia was divided into 2 groups. One was majority was of Bolsheviks and minority was Menshevik. The leader of Bolsheviks was Vladimir Lenin, and he believed that revolution is very necessary. Without revolution, no changes can take place in Russia. He was a revolutionary and wanted to overthrow the government or autocratic rule in Russia and wanted the rule of proletariat or the workers. Whereas Menshevik believed that a collaboration with bourgeois or the businessmen group was very necessary. So in short, we can say that Bolsheviks in Russia were revolutionaries, whereas Menshevik's group was rather more moderate. Our next question is, why did Kerensky government become unpopular in Russia? So after we see that after the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II, one interim or provisional government was set up in Russia under the leadership of Kerensky, but this government was not popular because this government was more influenced by industrialists. This government was under the influence of industrialists, the big landlords, aristocrats, and the upper class of the society. The people wanted that the government of workers, the government that looked after the welfare and the well-being of workers should be set up. But this Kerensky government falls short of this expectation of the people. That was why this government of Kerensky was not popular at all. And then our next question is examine the role of Lenin in Russian Revolution. Lenin, as we see, was one of the most prominent leader of Bolshevik. He was instrumental in Russian Revolution, and the October Revolution particularly, all the credit of October Revolution goes to Vladimir Lenin. He put his demands under April Thesis. We have discussed earlier that there should be an immediate end to the First World War, and Russia should not participate in the World War at all. He wanted that industries and banks should be nationalized. He wanted that all the non-Russian people, particularly Jadidis, should be given equal status in the Russian society. These were some of the demands that were put forth by Vladimir Lenin. So one of the most important leader of Russian Revolution. And our next question is, what was condition of Russia during the First World War? During the First World War, the condition of Russia was very pathetic. The crop was destroyed because of heavy snowfall. 85% of people in Russia were farmers, peasants, and they depended more on agriculture. When the agricultural crops were destroyed, the people were only hand to mouth at that time. And apart from this, the First World War brought several casualties of the Russian soldiers. There were hardship for the people, there was scarcity of commodities and the essentials. As a result, there was a great resentment among the people of Russia during the First World War. So all these things made the life of the people very pathetic. Our next question is, explain the global influence of Russian Revolution and the USSR. Russian Revolution played a very important role in the history of the world, and all the countries of the world were influenced by Russian Revolution, and India is not an exception to it. The social ideas spread all across the globe due to Russian Revolution. A large number of countries all over the world started believing in social system in which the means of production, distribution and exchange were controlled and owned by the government. The people of the world started believing equal status of people socially, economically and politically. So these were certain things that influenced all over the world, and in India also the social setup was praised or adopted by the new government, and that all were based on the socialism that was started during Russian Revolution.